Psychology's status as a science, peculiarities and intrinsic challenges. Moving beyond its current deadlock towards conceptual integration, psychology holds an exceptional position among the sciences. Yet even after 140 years as an independent discipline, psychology is still struggling with its most basic foundations. Its key phenomena, mind and behavior, are poorly defined, and their definition instead often delegated to neuroscience or philosophy, while specific terms and constructs proliferate. A unified theoretical framework has not been developed, and its categorization as a soft science ascribes to psychology a lower level of scientificity. The article traces these problems to the peculiarities of psychology's study phenomena, their interrelations with and centrality to everyday knowledge and language, which may explain the proliferation and unclarity of terms and concepts, as well as to their complex relations with other study phenomena. It shows that adequate explorations of such diverse kinds of phenomena and their interrelations with the most elusive of all, immediate experience, inherently require a plurality of epistemologies, paradigms, theories, methodologies and methods that complement those developed for the natural sciences. Their systematic integration within just one discipline, made necessary by these phenomena's joint emergence in the single individual as the basic unit of analysis, makes psychology in fact the hardest science of all. But Galtonian nomothetic methodology has turned much of today's psychology into a science of populations rather than individuals, showing that blind adherence to natural science principles has not advanced but impeded the development of psychology as a science. Finally, the article introduces paradigmatic frameworks that can provide solid foundations for conceptual integration and new developments. Psychology's status as a discipline. Psychology holds an exceptional position among the sciences, not least because it explores the very means by which any science is made, for it is humans who perceive, conceive, define, investigate, analyze and interpret the phenomena of the world. Scientists have managed to explore distant galaxies, quantum particles and the evolution of life over 4 billion years, phenomena inaccessible to the naked eye or long deceased. Yet, psychology is still struggling with its most basic foundations. The phenomena of our personal experience, directly accessible to everyone in each waking moment of life, remain challenging objects of research. Moreover, psychical phenomena are essential for all sciences, e.g., thinking. But why are we struggling to scientifically explore the means needed to first make any science? Given the successes in other fields, is this not a contradiction in itself? This article outlines 3 key problems of psychology: poor definitions of study phenomena, lack of unified theoretical frameworks, and an allegedly lower level of scientificity, that are frequently discussed and at the center of Zagaria, Ando and Zenaro's 2020 review. These problems are then traced to peculiarities of psychology's study phenomena and the conceptual and methodological challenges they entail. Finally, the article introduces paradigmatic frameworks that can provide solid foundations for conceptual integration and new developments. Lack of proper terms and definitions of study phenomena. Introductory textbooks are supposed to present the cornerstones of a science's established knowledge base. In psychology, however, textbooks present definitions of its key phenomena, mind, psyche, and behavior, that are discordant, ambiguous, overlapping, circular and context-dependent, thus inconclusive. Zagaria et al. 2020. Tellingly, many popular textbooks define mind exclusively as brain activity, thus turning psychology's central object of research into one of neuroscience. What then is psychology as opposed to neuroscience? Some even regard the definition of mind as unimportant and leave it to philosophers, thus categorizing it as a philosophical phenomenon and shifting it again out of psychology's own realm. At the same time, mainstream psychologists often proudly distance themselves from philosophers, Alexandrova and Hebron, 2016, explicitly referring to the vital distinction between science and philosophy. Behavior, as well, is commonly reduced to ill-defined activities, actions, and doings, and, confusingly, often even equated with mind, psyche, such as in concepts of inner and outer behaviors, UR 2016b. All this leaves one wonder what psychology is actually about. As if to compensate the unsatisfactory definitional and conceptual status of its key phenomena in general, psychology is plagued with a chaotic proliferation of terms and constructs for specific phenomena of mind and behavior, Zagaria et al. 2020. This entails that different terms can denote the same concept, Jengel fallacies, Kelly 1927, and the same terms different concepts, Jengel fallacies, Thorndike 1903. Even more basically, many psychologists struggle to explain what their most frequent study phenomena, constructs, actually are, Slaney and Garcia 2015. These deficiencies and inconsistencies involve a deeply fragmented theoretical landscape, lack of conceptual integration into overarching frameworks. Like no other science, psychology embraces an enormous diversity of established epistemologies, paradigms, theories, methodologies and methods. Is that a result of the discipline's unparalleled complexity and the therefore necessary scientific pluralism, Fahrenberg 2013, or rather an outcome of mistaking this pluralism for the unrestrained proliferation of perspectives, Zagaria et al. 2020. The lack of a unified theory in psychology is widely lamented. Many integrative theories were proposed as overarching frameworks, yet without considering contradictory presuppositions underlying different theories. Such integrative systems merely provide important overviews of the essential plurality of research perspectives and methodologies needed in the field, Fahrenberg 2013, UR 2015b. Zagaria and colleagues 2020 suggested evolutionary psychology could provide the much-needed paradigmatic framework. This field, however, is among psychology's youngest sub-disciplines and its most speculative ones because, unlike biological phenomena, psychical, behavioral and social phenomena leave no fossilized traces in themselves. Their possible ancestral forms can only be reconstructed indirectly from archaeological findings and investigations of today's humans, making evolutionary explorations prone to speculations and biases, e.g., gender bias in interpretations of archaeological findings, Ginge 1996. Cross-species comparative psychology offers important correctives through empirical studies of today's species with different cognitive, behavioral, social and ecological systems and different degrees of phylogenetic relatedness to humans. This enables comparisons and hypothesis testing not possible when studying only humans but still faces limitations given human ancestors' unavailability for direct study, UR 2020a. But most importantly, evolutionary psychology does not provide consistent terms and concepts either. Its key constructs, psychological adaptations, and evolved psychological mechanisms are as vague, ambiguous and ill-defined as mind and behavior. Moreover, the strong research heuristic formulated in Tinbergen's 4 questions on the causation, function, development and evolution of behavior is not an achievement of evolutionary psychology but originates from theoretical biology, thus again from outside of psychology. Psychology, a soft science, in pre-scientific stage. The pronounced inconsistencies in psychology's terminological, conceptual and theoretical landscape have been likened to the pre-scientific stage of emerging sciences, Zagaria et al. 2020. Psychology was therefore declared a soft science that can never achieve the status of the hard sciences, e.g., physics, chemistry. This categorization implies the belief that some sciences have only minor capacities to accumulate secured knowledge and lower abilities to reach theoretical and methodological consensus, Finelli and Glanzel 2013, Simonton 2015. In particular, Soft sciences would have only limited abilities to apply the scientific method, the general set of principles involving systematic observation, experimentation and measurement, as well as deduction and testing of hypotheses that guide scientific practice. Gotch 2015. The idea of the presumed lack of methodological rigor and exactitude of soft sciences goes back to Kant 1798-2000, and is fueled by recurrent crises of replication, generalization, validity, and other criteria considered essential for all sciences. But classifying sciences into hard and soft, implying some would be more scientific than others, is ill-conceived and misses the point why there are different sciences at all. Crucially, the possibilities for implementing particular research practices are not a matter of scientific discipline or their ascribed level of scientificity, but solely depend on the particular study phenomena and their properties. Uhr 2019. For study phenomena that are highly context-dependent and continuously changing in themselves, such as those of mind, behavior and society, old knowledge cannot have continuing relevance, as this is the case for, e.g., non-living phenomena and properties that are comparably invariant in themselves. Instead, accurate and valid investigations require that concepts, theories and methods must be continuously adapted as well. Uhr 2020b. The classification of sciences by the degree to which they can implement the scientific method, as developed for the natural sciences, is a reflection of the method centrism that has taken hold of psychology over the last century, when the craft of statistical analysis became psychologists' dominant activity. Lamille 2019, Valsiner 2012. The development of ever more sophisticated tools for statistical analysis, as well as of rating scales enabling the efficient generation of allegedly quantitative data for millions of individuals, misled psychologists to adapt their study phenomena and research questions to their methods, rather than vice versa. Omi 2012. Tumla and Valsiner 2010, Uhr 2013. But methods are just a means to an end. Sciences must be phenomenon-centered and problem-centered, and they must develop epistemologies, theories, methodologies and methods that are suited to explore these phenomena and the research problems in their field. Psychology's study phenomena and intrinsic challenges. Psychology's exceptional position among the sciences and its key problems can be traced to its study phenomena's peculiarities and the conceptual and methodological challenges they entail. Experience. Elementary to all empirical sciences. Experience is elementary to all empirical sciences, which are experience-based by definition, from Greek empiria meaning experience. The founder of psychology, Wilhelm Wundt, already highlighted that every concrete experience has always two aspects: the objective content given an individual's subjective apprehension of it, thus, the objects of experience in themselves and the subjects experiencing them. This entails two fundamental ways in which experience is treated in the sciences. Wundt 1896a. Natural sciences explore the objective contents mediated by experience that can be obtained by subtracting from the concrete experience the subjective aspects always contained in it. Hence, natural scientists consider the objects of experience in their properties as conceived independently of the subjects experiencing them, using the perspective of mediate experience. Mittelbarer-Erfahrung, Wundt 1896a. Therefore, natural scientists develop theories, approaches and technologies that help minimize the involvement of human perceptual and conceptual abilities in research processes and filter out their effects on research outcomes. This approach is facilitated by the peculiarities of natural science study phenomena, of the non-living world, in particular, in which general laws, immutable relationships and natural constants can be identified that remain invariant across time and space and that can be measured and mathematically formalized.